Don't miss this. Renju and the pastor's men are making deliveries. Officer Choi alerted Brazilian border troops to seize the detergent like hide and seek. As they met in the border street, Brazilian border troops, fully armed like movie heroes, suddenly appeared and surrounded both groups. Officer Choi said, "Time's up. You can take the goods and money, just forget we were here, okay?" Sao Shui played along, but then Ah Leng opened the intercom, and everyone froze. Suddenly, a car rushed from a hidden spot, ruthlessly firing at the border patrol like an action film. The two sides instantly plunged into a fierce gunfight. Bodyguards quickly took a few newcomers to escape, while Renju heroically dashed toward a truck amidst the flying bullets. He didn't drive off alone, he took a sidekick to deliver goods. Officer Choi left safely. One officer returned with minor injuries, leaving the pastor to think, what a terrible day. On the truck Renju drove back, he saw many corpses, silently prayed for their souls in fury, thinking, absurd. Renju, with a bullet in his arm, received treatment in the medical room, knowing the pastor would definitely blow up, so he took the opportunity to contact Officer Choi, thinking he almost lost his life. Officer Choi said the operation was fruitful. Besides the unexpected gunfight, they only planned to seize goods and cash. It turned into a major incident. He told Renju, relax, you're not suspected. Stay sharp, like in a card game, ready to strike back. At that moment, RY reached the medical room. He summoned Renju for a meeting. Sao Shui found their accounts frozen, the pastor's vast assets inaccessible. Everyone was stunned. Losing a few goods in the operation is fine, but why did their accounts freeze this time? He suspected a mole nearby. The pastor, furious as a volcano, called a meeting, and Renju blamed the failure's root cause. Old Choi was furious, risked his life for detergent, without Ah Leng's intercom. No action scene. Ah Leng said he must protect the detergent as it's the pastor's. The pastor vowed to watch them like a football match. He asked Renju to accompany him for a walk, and on the way, the pastor remarked, "Thanks for risking your life to fetch the remaining goods." Subtitles, worth $1 million, that's truly my money. And that's my only plan at the moment. The pastor especially likes honest people who love money, and he gradually relaxed his guard against Renju. He had him prepare a suit for an outing the next day, as if they were going to a fancy dinner. The next day, they cruised in a fancy car with motorcycles escorting them, akin to a movie's special effects. They visited Suriname's president. The pastor introduced Renju. The president said, "The West is keen on this. We need to hand over relevant staff." The pastor said firmly, then unexpectedly asked, "How many of their minions?" This was a box of local products had prepared, and the president couldn't help but smile. "I love local products." After leaving the presidential palace, the pastor took Renju to a secret base, like starting a new game level. "This is Suriname's military development zone. No one else can come in but us. I want to build a laundry detergent kingdom here." Renju happily said, "It's a great honor to visit." He guessed, "Do you plan to make and sell detergent yourself?" The pastor agreed, noting the huge funding needed. If the remaining goods could be shipped to Korea, everything would go smoothly. Renju thought to himself, what a great opportunity. Afterward, he immediately contacted Officer Choi to report the situation, already starting to act before the show unfolds. Officer Choi threw out the final bait. The pastor's account was frozen, and he had loads of goods on hand. If he didn't deal with these goods, he wouldn't clear his debts. Just think of the tariff from Colombia. Officer Choi confidently trusted his judgment and asked Renju if he had any other ideas. However, Renju didn't reply, just hung up, taking a photo of the laundry detergent development base to keep evidence. A few days later, Officer Choi went to the U.S. Drug Enforcement Agency headquarters to finalize the joint operation plan. It was just as long as the pastor's laundry detergent enters U.S. jurisdiction, they can act directly without Suriname's government consent. Through Renju's connections, Officer Choi spoke with the pastor again, who said, "Don't worry about the previous failures, we can start fresh." "Do you have a new shipping plan?" Officer Choi asked, and the pastor looked grave. Officer Choi suggested shipping to Puerto Rico, making the pastor panic as he said, "Don't worry, I know, but Puerto Rico is not U.S. territory. Puerto Rico is a commonwealth, and elections are held by themselves. It's actually an independent country." The pastor hesitated and didn't dare take the. However, Officer Choi blew up in anger. His plan to teach a lesson backfired as the pastor abruptly terminated the partnership. Officer Choi told Renju, "We must wait longer. The pastor's on financial collapse's edge and will sell the remaining goods. Otherwise, the Colombian debts can't be settled, and it might even threaten his life." Renju responded, "I'll handle this and get back to you." The next day, the pastor approached Sangbio to use his channels to offload the remaining goods. However, Sangbio refused, stating he wanted to monopolize the market in Suriname. The pastor assured Sangbio, No matter what, you can never sell laundry detergent in Suriname. Government and military want to help you. After much thought, Sang Bio finally agreed, but with one condition: he wanted Owai handed back home. The pastor sent Owai and Oleng out for a private chat with Zio Shiai, who suggested they might as well agree to Sang Bio's demand. Sell off the remaining goods, get the funds, and the kingdom will be in sight. From then on, everything will follow your lead. On the other end, Renju confronted Sang Bio, asking if he'd work with the pastor, aware of the danger. After cooperation had been kicked out, he showed a photo of the pastor's laundry base and suggested they eliminate him together to claim the place. Just then, a subordinate of Sang Bio handed him the phone. The pastor agreed to hand over Owai, with time and place to be set soon.